Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Netra from Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering, and I'm currently pursuing my BE in the Department of CSC Data Science, third sem. Today, I'm dealing with the subject a data structure, and the topics are structures and union, stack, which is of push and pop, queues like insert and deletion program, linked list, that is insertion and deletion programs. So, first topic is structures and union. Firstly, structures stores a different type of elements, that is heterogeneous elements. The struct keyword is used to define a structure, and the syntax is given below. This is about structure. How to declare a structure variable? Like we have two ways to declare a structural variable. The first one is using a struct keyword within a main function. The second is by declaring a variable at the time of defining structure. And this is a small example which I like to give how to declare a structure variable with the output. And next is a union. Union also stores the different types of elements, that is a heterogeneous elements. A union is similar to a struct, but the member and the memory elements are different. That's it. The union keyword is used to define a structure. In the structure, we use a struct keyword to define a variable, but in a unions, we used a union, the word keyword, used to define a union or define a structure. Union takes the memory of largest member only, so occupies the less memory than the structure. Advantages like union occupies the less memory space than the structures. This is a syntax which we use to define a union. And this is a small example which I like to give about a union. Basically, in this example, my union is declared within a two members, that is integer and a floating point, sharing the same memory space. When you assign a value to one member, it affects the other members because they all share the same memory. So this is about a union. And next is a stack, which is another concept which consisting of both push and pop function. A stack operation, namely push and pops, are the fundamental operation in a computer science and in a data structure and are commonly used in a various algorithms and data structures. Firstly, stack. It is a linear data structure that follows the elastic first out, that is the last in and first out operation, which we call as LIFO, LIFO, which is the last in and first out principles. It means that the last element added to a stack is the first one to be removed. Think of it like a stack of plates where you can only add or remove the topmost plates. It is like keeping a number of plates in a table. The way how we remove the table from the first plate, then it continues to the last place. That is what the principle which follows in a stack. And there are, I already told that there are two operations, that is push and pop. Push operation adds an element to the top of the stack. It involves the two main steps, that is increment the top pointer or the index, place the new element at the position pointed to by the top pointer. These are the two operations or the two steps which are followed in a push. And in a pop, the pop operation removes and returns the element from the top of the stack. It also involves a two main step as push. The retrieve the element at the position pointed to by the top pointer and decrement the top pointer index. These are the two steps which are involved in a pop. This is an example which I likely to give, which consisting of both stack operation, push, and also a pop operations. And the next concept is queue, which has a topics like insertion and deletion operation. Queue is a fundamental data structure in the computer science that follows the first in, first out. There, last in, first out. Here, it's the first in, first out principle. It is similar to a line of people waiting for the service where the first person to arrive is the first one to be served. It's just a simple example to understand in an easier way. Queues are commonly used in a various applications, including operating system, networking programming, and simulations. These are some advantages or the applications of a queue where we used. And here, some key information about the queues, like a basic operations which we used is the insertion program. and deletion. Insertion we also called as NQ and deletion we called as a DQ. In insertion, adds an element to the rear of the queue. This is the operations which done in insertion. And in deletion, removes and returns to element at the front of the queue. In insertion, we add the element, but in deletion, we remove the element and returns to element in front of the queue. This is a small example which consisting of insertion and deletion operations along with the output. And the next concept is a linked list, which consisting of an insertion and deletion operation. Insertion operation is like first at the beginning locates the memory for a new node, that is set the new node data, make the new node point to a current head and update the head to the point to the new node. And that is about an insertion at the beginning. And at the end is like allocates the memory for the new node and traverse to the end of the list and make the last node point the new node and set the new node next pointer to the null. This is the operations how we done in an insertion at the beginning and insertion at the end. This is about the insertion. In the deletion, obviously there are two steps like a beginning and the end. In the beginning, we first check if the list is empty or save. And then save. The reference to the head node is a temporary variable and update the head to the point to the next node and free the element allocated for the node to be deleted. And the next is delete at the end, like a delete at the end. Check if the list is empty or has only one element, then traverse to the second last node and save the reference to the last node in the temporary variable and set the next pointer to the second last node to null and free the memory allocate for the last node. And remember to handle the edges cases such as an empty list or a deleted only node in a list. This is the operations which we done in the insertion and deletion. Two steps like at the beginning and at the end stage. This is the quite big example which I likely to give, which consisting of both the insertion and deletion operations. Which in a single program there are three operations like linked list and insertion and a deletion. And this is about my topic, and I hope you all like this video. So thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Thank you.